Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I have not been on in a while because Zach and I are getting some very much needed R&R this weekend. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on our little weekend road trip to Austin. So fortunately, Zach drove the whole way so I could just sit in the passenger seat and scroll on my phone. So that was nice. But we made it here and we're staying at the Kempton Van Sant in Austin, which is like the most beautiful hotel. And I love these light fixtures that are like brass trumpets or something. They're really nice. But it's a special day also because it is day 3 since we fertilized our well, they were my eggs. Now they're our eggs. Now that they're fertilized, they're our eggs.
My contribution.
Now that Zach has contributed, our eggs are now fertilized. So we thawed the eggs that I had frozen alone when I was single in 2018 when I was 34. We thawed those out and Zach gave his contribution and fertilized them on Thursday. And so we got an update on day 1 from the embryologist saying that of my 15 mature eggs, 9 of them were fertilizing normally, which is great. And so today is day 3 and they're about to call us and tell us how many are still rocking and rolling. And on day 5 is when they become full blastocysts. So those will be sent off for genetic testing, and the ones that are normal will be transferred. So we have a little swirl baby. So it should be really fun. But that said, we're getting our fun in. So yesterday what did we do yesterday?
Just hung out by the pool.
Yeah.
Kind of walked around Rainy Street. It's packed. People are going out in Austin, that's for sure.
People are out and about, like, in Austin. So we went to a few bars on Rainy Street. We ate some barbecue, hung out at the pool. It was fun. And so we got up early today just to have some coffee. We're going to hang out by the pool again, go get some brunch. So, I don't know. I think it's just special this time when it's just us. Like, I think we're really excited about being parents. But we also just really love hanging out with each other.
Yeah, wouldn't trade it.
It's so fun because once we have a little baby, we won't be able to just get up and go to Austin and drink all day. So we're just savoring these moments that we're just Zach and Brittany, because soon we'll be mom and dad, and once you're mom and dad forever. So just savoring these. But anyway, just wanted to give y'all an update. Love you so much.
Bye.
Happy Sunday.
I know that we were holding on, so we had 9 that fertilized, and we were holding on to they fertilized 3. Is that correct?
Yes.
Abnormal fertilization as well?
Right, correct.
Okay, so out of the 4 that we were watching for the late fertilization, I did have 3 that continued to grow.
Oh, wonderful.
Those 3, yeah, left at 13 to discard that one that continued to grow.
Okay.
So out of the 13 embryos that we were still holding, I've got 10 good, 2 fair, and 1 poor. So the 10 good ones all look very nice. 6 to 10 cell range, no fragmentation. So good. The 2 fair are all single cells, which they do have some fragmentation. So I did grade them down on that. And then your poor is a 4 cell. But overall, I'm pretty happy with these results. The 10 good.
So now we wait till day 5, right? Is that when we get the next update?
So your next update is actually day 6 on Wednesday. That'll be the day that we call you and let you know. We're doing the genetic testing, correct?
Yeah, we're doing genetic testing.
Yes, so we will call you on day 6 letting you know how many total we were able to buy up pain-free. So we will look at the embryos on Tuesday. If anything is ready, we will buy up pain-free those, and then everything that is still too young and needs some more time to grow, we keep to day 5 or day 6 and checking in to see if there's anything else we can biopsy.
Okay. So you said of the 4 that didn't fertilize on the day 1, now 3 of them have fertilized now.
Yeah, okay. A 6 cell, an 8 cell, and a 10 cell. So honestly, they look very nice.
Oh, awesome. Good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the update. That's great news. We're happy to hear it.
We will talk on Wednesday, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Yay. That's good news. We have 10 little potential babies. so excited to make this update video that summarizes our IVF journey so far. You guys, God is so good and we are just so blessed, and I have so many exciting updates to give you, and I just feel like this huge weight off of my shoulders because I was so nervous to thaw out my eggs that I had frozen 2 years ago when I was 34 years old. Those were always, to me, meant to be like our last resort. Like if we just couldn't get pregnant naturally and we tried everything else, and I was like 42 and we wanted to have a baby, that was going to be like our insurance. So I didn't want to have to use my last resort insurance now, but I'm so glad that we did. So the last time I gave you guys an update, Zach and I were coming back from Austin. We had gotten the day 3 update from the embryologist, and I have my notes in front of me, so don't think I'm like ignoring y'all, but I just want to like give y'all day by day updates that we've gotten since that day 3 report. So on day 3, they told us that we had potentially 10 normal embryos, which is absolutely crazy because that was higher than what they told us on day 1. On day 1, they told us that 9 embryos had fertilized and 4 of them hadn't fertilized, but they were going to keep them and just kind of watch them. But then on day 3, they told us that 3 of those 4 embryos that hadn't fertilized had now fertilized. So we had 13 embryos total. 10 of those embryos were normal. 2 of them were fair and 1 was poor. So that was a really great update to have on day 3. Typically, statistics show that 30 to 50% of embryos that are alive and well on day 3 will make it to the day 5 or 6 full blastocyst. So, with 13 embryos, that's like awesome. Considering we want 3 kids, that meant that, about half of them, 5 or 6, would probably make it to day 5 or 6 full blastocyst. So yesterday was a crazy day. That's when I was expecting the day 6 report or day 5 report. Our fertility clinic gives you day 6 reports. I was seeing a lot through my Googling and through YouTube, rabbit holes, that a lot of people were getting day 5 reports, but ours wanted to do day 6. So I think each clinic is a little bit different. I think also because we're not doing a fresh transfer, we're going to freeze them, we're biopsying them, we're doing the PGT testing, we're doing all that. I guess they just give them more time to grow. So talk to your fertility doctor if you are doing like when you're transferring and seeing how long they let the embryo grow. So anyway, on day 6, they called me, which was yesterday, and they gave me an update. And they said that of the 13 normal embryos, 6 of them made it to full blastocyst and were biopsied. So I was thrilled about that. If an embryo makes it to full blastocyst, that's really good. I think there's like a 50% chance of live birth with that. And we're also going to do the PGT testing. So of those 6 embryos, we biopsied all of them, and they're going to be sent off to the lab where they check the chromosomes, and you also know what the sex is at that point. Isn't that absolutely crazy? And those are all being biopsied. But yesterday when they called me, they also said that there were still some embryos that they felt like had potential to grow. So they were just going to watch them for one more day. And today they were going to call me and give the final report. So I was like, okay, well, I don't think anything's really going to happen because I haven't seen anything online or YouTube, anything where an embryo would grow on day 7 or day 8. So I was like, well, do whatever you want to do, but I'm not really worried about that. If we have 6 that were biopsied and frozen, that is amazing, because I've just seen so many horrible stories where people go through a full IVF cycle and get no embryos that, get to full blast, or they get 1 and then it's 1 abnormal one. So the fact that we have 6 that, looked good was awesome. But then, because God is a miracle working God, you guys, this morning they called me and Zach, with our final report, day 7, and they said that we have 9 full blastocyst embryos that have been biopsied and frozen. So yesterday it was 6. Of the others that they were still watching, 3 more grew to full blastocysts and are being biopsied and frozen. So that is just absolutely incredible. I mean, the fact that I started with 15 eggs, and of the 15 eggs, 9 are embryos that are full blastocysts. That's just like incredible. And I truly, truly, truly think that the success was because I used my frozen younger eggs. I think that now I'm, 36, about to be 37. My egg quality is not, as high as it was when I was younger, and I just turned 34. So, all the data that you see on every site shows you that like the egg quality drops so much after 35. And I'm just so grateful and so blessed that like I had that education, and that I educated myself, and that I had other friends who had frozen their eggs before they turned 35. So if you were debating about freezing your eggs and you want to have kids and you're not married, or you're not going to have kids before 35, get your eggs frozen. Get your eggs frozen. Get your eggs frozen. Y'all, I froze my eggs. I had 19 eggs that were taken out when I was 34, single, on my own, used my own savings. Of those 19 eggs, 15 were mature, and they have literally been sitting on ice for the past 2.5 years. And now here, me and my husband are trying to get pregnant. We really want to get pregnant now. We don't want to wait, and we have options now. And it's just so nice to have those options and not feel the pressure and the weight of the world and the stress. And I'm someone who struggled with stress and anxiety my whole life. And so the fact that like I feel just a little bit more control, and, we have these options, it's really great for my mental health. And, I know a lot of women struggle with stress and anxiety and depression. And if there's something that you can do to help take that weight off of you, then do it, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. I was definitely feeling guilty about doing IVF and doing IUI, because I don't know, it's just a part of me that made me feel like I was less of a woman. But in my acupuncture appointments, like my acupuncturist told me, she was like, these drugs and those embryos are completely worthless without your body. Like your body still has to work a miracle for all those drugs and for those embryos to work and to create human life. And that is because you are fully a woman. And I just needed to hear that. It made me just, reaffirm my value as a woman, and know that, just because I needed a little help does not make me any less of a woman. And it's the same thing I believe in business and in anything else. Just because you need some help does not make you any less of a CEO. It actually makes you a better CEO, because you're able to collaborate, you're able to integrate. And so I just want women to have that same perspective. Don't be afraid of doctors, don't be afraid of technology. Yes, lean on your faith. And yes, God has to work a miracle regardless, whether you get pregnant naturally and the sperm finds its way up through your fallopian tube and fertilizes an egg, or whether a doctor helps a little bit. But even with the doctor's help, it is not guaranteed, and God still works a miracle. So I just wanted to give this update. It is the final day. We got our final report. We have 9 embryos that are being biopsied and tested and frozen. And so now we've just got to figure out what day we're going to do a transfer for the first little swirl baby bold. So we're not there yet, but y'all keep us in your prayers. We are still trying naturally. I'm ovulating right now. Whoop, whoop. So, Zach and I are enjoying that. But, I honestly think something crazy is going to happen. Like, now that this weight is lifted off my shoulders and my body's like so relaxed, I would not be surprised if we got pregnant naturally. I just wouldn't be surprised, because that always happens to me. Like right when I paid, all that money and froze my eggs 2.5 years ago, I did that in October, froze my eggs, went through my egg retrieval. My egg retrieval was October 18th of 2018. My first date with Zach was November 17th of 2018. Like a month later, I met my husband after I had done that. It was just crazy. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on, our transfer date, or if we get pregnant naturally, but just next steps. But we have officially done IVF. I used my frozen eggs. I did not have to do a new egg retrieval, and we're just so happy with the results. So I hope that this video encourages any of you who are considering IVF or freezing eggs or anything like that. And if you have questions, let me know. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.